Call to order this meeting of the Fremont County Board of County Commissioners. Is Steve Holcomb in the audience? I don't see a Steve Holcomb running up here. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll ask everybody just to stand. We'll have a moment of silence, and then we'll follow that with a pledge of allegiance. I never know how long the moment's supposed to be. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Payne.
Present.
Commissioner McFall.
Present.
Commissioner Bell.
Present.
County Attorney Jackson.
Present.
County Manager Bryant.
Present.
Planning and Zoning Director Koch.
Present.
Next, we'll move on to approval of agenda. I understand we have a couple of items to add.
Mr. Chair, we do have 2 items we need to add under new business. Those would be items 8 and 9 as follows. Item 8 will be ratification of chairman's signature on the professional services agreement with OTAC for Hayden Pass Flood Recovery Design Services. And item 9 will read approval of a professional services agreement with Stantec for the EPA Brownfield Grant application and implementation assistance. With those additions, Mr. Chair, I move to approve today's agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Payne.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we'll move on to the consent agenda. I see we do have 3 public hearings scheduled for November 13th at 10 o'clock. OPC, which is an optional premises cultivation for pure medical. An SRU, which is a special review use for Deer Mountain Fire Protection. And our proposed 2019 Fremont County budget will be on that agenda on November 13th, just to make people aware of that.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Commissioner Payne.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Move on to administrative and informational. Staff and elected official report. Move to the county manager report. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Sunny.
So a couple of meetings that I've participated in the last couple of weeks was a managers luncheon. So it's the area managers group, which consists of municipalities, special districts, the Upper Arkansas Area Council of Governments is a member as well in our area. So it's always good to visit with them and see what topics they are working on right now and issues that they have going on in their areas. The next thing is Commissioner McFall and I attended a discussion on Thursday, October 16th on the Hayden Pass. So there was a large group that we're all trying to coordinate. There's a few additional funding sources that they're looking at. The engineer was there as well. So we're moving forward with that project, and we're pretty excited to get that going. And then the last meeting was that Commissioner McFall, Commissioner Payne, and I attended a community breakfast hosted by Newmont Mine. So it was good to get up there and see, what they have going on in the community. And there's a lot of people in Fremont County that work up there. So even though the mine is not in our county, it is very impactful because a lot of our residents are employed up there. So a few projects we're doing. As we just discussed, we have the 2019 budget that we are in the very final stages. This afternoon we'll be having our last meeting to kind of finalize a few more items, and then that will be posted on the county's website, and it is available in the administration office if anybody would like to come in and see it. We will have the public hearing on November the 13th, and then the budget will be finalized, and the commissioners will be asked to adopt that in December. And then, as I stated before, we're working on the Hayden Pass project, so it's moving along. I have a follow-up meeting today with the engineer, and then we're having a person up in that area that's doing community outreach as well. So we're visiting just to kind of touch base and see where everybody is. And then the last thing, we're on the agenda, we just added the professional services agreement for Stantec. So we're moving forward with the EPA project. And so that will be kicking off here in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
And then moving on to sales tax. Sorry, don't mean to jump the gun.
Okay.
Okay, so the retail sales tax collections in the month of August came in at $457,722, which is up $25,145 from August of last year. And year to date, we are up $142,952. The construction use tax collections came in at $26,572, which is up $8,574 from September of last year. And year to date, we are up $4,438. The lodging tax came in at $5,442, so year to date, we're up $1,619. And then on the 1% sheriff retail sales tax, so the amount for August came in at $305,182. Year to date, we're up $95,301. And then the sheriff construction use tax in the month of September came in at $17,715, and year to date, we're up $2,970. And we are still waiting for the auto reports. Unfortunately, with the transition in the clerk's office, they are still waiting for reports that can give us those numbers. So as soon as we have that, we'll update those.
We have a trainer coming tomorrow that's supposed to be able to break the reports down that we need to do our balancing, so perfect. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yes.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Sunny.
Okay, good. Any other staff or elected officials reports?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I've got a couple of things. One, just to kind of touch on what Sonny mentioned about Newmont Mine up there. They have what they call a legacy fund, and we do have several employers or employees that do live in Fremont County that work up there, and those employees have the option to take some money out of their paychecks, and then the mine matches it 100%. And those are for 501c3 nonprofit organizations. And there's several of them in Fremont County that benefit from that. So it's pretty amazing what they do. They showed us a list, and I didn't get a copy of that list, but there was probably 8 or 10 nonprofits in Fremont County that profit from that. So it's good to know that even though they're not in our county, that they support our county, because they're down here a lot at the county fair buying animals and different organizations like that. So it's pretty cool that the mine does that. The other thing that I have is, I mentioned before the Upper Arkansas Area Council of Governments, we have the recycling, Upper Arkansas Recycling. And there were 3 events held again this year, which has happened the last few years. The county helps to subsidize some of these electronics recycling events. In April, there was an event in Florence. They collected 12,125 pounds of electronics. Now, this is televisions, microwaves, anything electronic that cannot go into the landfills. In Copper Gulch, they had one August 11th. They collected 3,837 pounds. They had one September 22nd in Canyon City. They collected 15,750 pounds. They take stats at all of those as well of where people come from just in the county. And it's kind of interesting because the last one in Canyon, there was people from Penrose, Florence, and the West End that brought electronics in. So it's good that they're bringing these down to these recycle events where they get to recycle them for it costs much less for them to do it because it's pretty expensive to recycle electronics. So Beth Lynn's out at the recycling at the COGS. She does a great job of putting these together, and she's already negotiated with the company that takes these electronics, and they're going to try to have an event the week after Christmas. As everybody knows, on Black Friday, you get your new microwave and your TV and stuff, and you got to figure out what to do with the old one. So the week after Christmas, there's no place yet or time, but it will be happening. So when you get that new one, you got to get rid of the old one. Keep your eyes open for the new date for that one. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You always have
I
something.
always have something. I just would like to remind folks that it is election time, and casting your ballot is the most important thing that you can do in today's government. There are some really incredibly important things on your ballot this time. just take a look. Please be aware, be an informed voter, understand what you are voting for or against. And I would like to remind you, folks can very often get confused by ballot language. So I just want to remind you, a yes vote means you want to change current law. A no vote means leave it alone and leave it the way that it is. So I wanted to remind you of that. And also, I would like to ask Dottie, our acting clerk, just for a really quick update on when people can vote and how.
Sure. So our VSPC is open. That's our vote center. It's open at Garden Park across the street from our office. It is open from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. So even though the building is closed, our VSPC will be open. And it's also open from 9 to 1 on Saturday. That'll be this Friday and Saturday and the following Friday and Saturday up right before Election Day. It'll also be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Election Day. And on Election Day, we will also have 2 other VSPCs open. The Florence City Hall will have one open, and the Howard Volunteer Fire Department will have one open. We will have our Walmart drop box open, I believe, beginning next Monday. That will be open, and we'll have our drop box at Cotopaxi School. So the one at Cotopaxi is outdoors. You can just walk up to it and drop your ballots in it. The one at Walmart is by I think it's the grocery side entrance. There's a ballot box there. Our office is always open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 5, that you can drop your ballots, and then again on Election Day from 7 to 7. So I think that covers all the locations. And of course, you can always mail it in. We don't recommend mailing it in past October 29th to ensure that it gets to our office by 7 p.m. on election night. We do our last run with the post office at about 5 p.m. on election night. If we don't have it in our hands by 7 p.m., it does not get counted. So I think that's
all right.
all of it.
See, I could never have remembered all those things.
It's a
So
lot.
yes, it is a lot. Thank you so much, Dottie. That's it.
I've noticed a steady stream of folks bringing their ballots into the drop-off.
It
too.
was crazy yesterday.
Yeah.
We were not prepared. I mean, we were prepared. I shouldn't say that. We weren't mentally prepared to see that many. In the mail, I think we had 700 or 800 ballots yesterday already that we've bleeped in. And I don't know what the number was for the VSPC, but I know it was over 10 because they were all making bets as to how many people they would see, because usually we don't have a lot of people that go to the VSPCs, and they were the highest number I had heard was 10, and we went over that. So it's actually had a good flow of people, so it's great. People are getting out there and getting our ballots to us early, which is great. So.
Well, the saying is vote early, vote often, but we're going to say vote early, but only vote once.
Yes. Please.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
with that one. Anybody else have anything? Can't top that one. So, citizens who wish to address the commissioners on matters not scheduled on the agenda. So you have one, George Story. Morning, George.
Good morning.
Morning, George.
I would like to speak on fiber optics today. I think they're necessary in today's world. Down at Wells Fargo, which I think is closing tomorrow, down there they've patched the 8-inch main. That was Canyon City Water Department. But also they patched I think it was fiber optics right there, right by Valley-Wide Health Center there. They tied that system in. And now I was at Social Security. They've kind of tied that in up at, I think up at the communication place. What is it, Charter up there? Mm-hmm. Okay, they were up there working on the roof doing something. I'm not exactly sure. And now they're up at the library working on it. They've kind of got it torn up, but they're going to really get it all together. And thank you for letting me speak. And last but not least, happy Halloween. Boo!
Thank you, George.
Don't scare me like that, George.
Any other citizens have anything to address the commissioners with? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. I see no old business. Move right on to new business. Proclamation for Adoption Day in Fremont County on November 16, 2018. I see we have Carrie Porter with us today. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Morning, Carrie.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. Exciting month coming up.
Yes, it is.
So thank you guys for letting me come and do our proclamation. Okay, so whereas National Adoption Month is celebrated every November throughout the United States, by government agencies, courts, child advocacy organizations, and families across the nation. And whereas Fremont County is proud to join this national celebration in providing national awareness, celebrating children and families, and calling the nation to action in finding families for children waiting in foster care. And whereas nationally 102,000 children in foster care are waiting right now for an adoptive family, and whereas Colorado is currently recruiting for 300 children who are free for adoption. And whereas to help these children find permanent nurturing families, the Fremont County Court will open their doors for National Adoption Day on November 16th, 2018, to finalize the adoption of 6 local children and join other organizations to celebrate adoptions. And whereas this effort, along with similar celebrations in all 50 states, the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico, will offer children the chance to live with stable and loving families and encourage other dedicated individuals to make a powerful difference in the life of a child through adoption. So now, therefore, we, the Fremont County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim November 16th, 2018 as Adoption Day in Fremont County, and in so doing, urge all citizens to join in a national effort to raise awareness about the importance of adoption.
Thank you very much. Do you
Thank
have
you.
anything to add to Carrie's
I would just
comments?
say that we as commissioners have the opportunity to attend that Adoption Day celebration every year here in our court system, and it's one of the most fun things that we ever get to do, because seeing those kids finding their forever families and actually knowing that they get to go home and they get to stay there. That's the thing, they get to stay there. It is just an incredible thing. And so just again, thank you to you and to everyone out at DHS who works so incredibly hard on helping those children find those families. And thank you to the families who are interested in taking the time and the process and everything that it takes to accept that child into their heart and into their home forever. So thank you.
Thank you. I think the exciting part about this year, too, it kind of feeds into a couple months ago, which was Kinship Care Month. So actually 5 of these kids are being adopted by family, which is even, I think it makes that much more special. So grandparents, psychological kin. So yeah, 5 out of the 6 are actually being adopted by family.
That's
so,
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Congratulations. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Mr. Chair, with that, I move to approve a proclamation for Adoption Day in Fremont County on November 16th, 2018.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion on this matter? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Payne?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Gary.
Great, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Move on to item number 2, a presentation from the Fremont County School and Public Employees Retirement Association. I see we have Donna Murphy with us today. Good morning.
Morning, Donna.
Good morning.
The Fremont School and Public Employees Retirement Association wishes to present this symbolic check to the county commissioners in the amount of $100,032,281. The amount depicts the dollar amount that would be due to unpaid volunteer hours, which are contributed by the public employees retirees, which includes employees of the state of Colorado, Department of Corrections, all school districts, including community colleges, firefighters, and the judicial system, and state troopers, too. The total amount of para-active and retired members who reside in Fremont County is 5,400. As retirees who receive para benefits, we have chosen to reside in Fremont County. As retired residents of the communities, our benefits total over $70 million, which come back into this economy annually. We are pleased to be able to let you know how many hours we volunteer to help in the Fremont County, and we hope to make this contribution to the area for many years to come in the future. And I joined up with the school retirees a couple of years ago, and I'm retired Department of Corrections, but the school employees, retirees, are the ones that actually lobby to protect our para. And I think it's very important that maybe other retirees from state troopers or wherever go ahead and join the school retirees. We have a meeting on the second Friday of the month, right, at the Abbey, and always have a program, and it's really good. So,
What time do those meetings start, Donna, if folks are interested in coming?
noon at
noon.
the Abbey. Virginia Rankin was supposed to be here, and she kind of organizes a lot of this stuff. Roxanne Bradshaw is out of town. I had no business becoming co-chair, but I did. So, anyway, it's a really good organization. Leonard and I went to the state meeting back in June, and they are very active in, well, commissioners get para too, but if you only serve eight years.
No, we don't.
You don't?
No, ma'am. No, we are not para at all.
Oh, but some of your employees are, aren't they?
No,
No?
not at all.
None of the county?
No,
None of the
not
county.
county.
No one.
No,
Yeah.
Well, it must vary from county to county, so.
it could.
But anyway, it's a very good organization, and they do lobby to keep our para, and it's very important that we do keep our para. So invite anybody who is retired para to come to these meetings. And then putting on a different hat, tonight, the Fremont County Valdoie Sister City Association is having a fundraiser at Pizza Madness from 5 to 9. And if you go and eat there, all the tips are given by Beth Catchmer to the Fremont County Valdoie Sister City Association. I know Debbie's been over to Valdoie. And we are attempting to, well, we're in the process of selecting some students to go next summer over there. So.
And it is an incredible experience. There are many folks here in Fremont County who have had the opportunity to go over to be that ambassador of goodwill, I guess. My husband and I were lucky enough to spend almost 3 weeks there about 9 years ago, and it was an amazing experience. So I think we get a lot out of it for Fremont County, and I would just urge everyone to support the organization. You find out when you go somewhere like Russia that you actually have much more in common than you have in difference.
It's people to people.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a great organization.
Okay. Maybe we can get a picture later?
Just do it right now.
We could do it now?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Well, and one more thing, I just want to thank the county commissioners for all the work they do, because I know it's a great effort, and you put a lot of your own time into it.
Thank you, Donna.
Okay, thank you very much. Move on to item number 3. We have SRU 02-2 for Arkansas River Tours. I see we have Bob Hamill and Bill Marquise with us. Come on up, guys, and tell us what you're doing.
We just want to change. We've had a special use permit since 2002, and I sold the business. I owned Arkansas River Tours and sold it to Billy and Emily Marquis in January of 2017. So this special use permit allows some camping on site for employees, and so it's been going for 16 years, and we just want to change the operator name on that permit.
Okay. Have staff report, Matt?
All right, we did review the file when we received the letter. It is for seasonal employee housing. The file indicates that there has been no concerns or questions on the property, so the change of operator shouldn't be an issue.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
No, I do not.
I don't have any questions. I have a motion for you, Mr. Chair.
That would be good.
I move to approve the change of operation from Bob Hamill to William Marquis, Wilmer Outfitters, SRU 02-2, Arkansas River Tours.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion on this matter? Roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Payne?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Good luck.
You
Thank you,
bet.
Commissioners.
Thank
Same.
you.
Move on to item number 4, liquor license renewal, deadline and late fee waiver application review for My Sister's Place at Royal Course. We do
Good morning.
have Diana Drake.
Morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, what do we have here?
Are you Miss Drake?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So I was a little late getting my liquor license renewal application in. They put new boxes up by the gorge where our mailbox used to be. They went down on Dixon Road and put a bunch of boxes in for all the businesses up there, but the mail keeps getting kind of confused, and I get the Rock Shop's mail, and people get mine, and we pass just occasionally envelopes back and forth. So I didn't get my renewal application until the day before I turned it in. It ended up on my counter at the restaurant, and so I came down and turned it in. That's why it was late.
Okay.
It was misplaced or put in the wrong box or something, then it just showed up, so.
All right. Staff report? You have anything to add?
I don't. I know that there was also a question about Ms. Drake's, was it a recent, I mean, it wasn't recent, but the charge was recent.
Well,
We needed a better explanation, I guess, of
Okay.
yeah.
In August of 2016, I went to the Mark Chestnut concert at the Gorge from the restaurant. I was invited by Mr. Bandera and some folks to come down and see it. I had just got here. So I went down, I had one drink, I got in my car, I drove, they pulled me over right before the restaurant. I got a DUI for 1.1 BAC, or whatever it was. So I had no idea that I would be over the limit at all. I did not feel intoxicated. I got in my car, and like I said, it was, so I just pled back in April. The sentence just went through 4 public defenders, then I had to hire an attorney, and so by the time it all got settled and I actually pled to the deal and all that, it was this year in April. So.
Okay.
So that was hanging there for 2 years?
All that time, yep.
Wow.
I went through 4 public defenders, and it was just a mess. It was a mess trying to get it resolved, but I finally did get it resolved. And
Okay. Any other questions? Comments?
I'm just taking a quick look at the call log for problems there, and it looks as though there really
there never has been.
is nothing of note.
It is more of a restaurant. We serve about 8 to 10% alcohol, probably. It's not really a bar. There's a patio, and we serve beer, that kind of thing. So.
And I would note, Mr. Chair, that Sheriff Ty Martin does recommend approval. His comment is that there is no record of business misconduct.
I just saw that. Okay. All right. Okay. Motion?
Sure. Mr. Chair, I move to approve a deadline waiver, but not a late fee waiver for this, for the license renewal at My Sister's Place at the Royal Gorge.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
I just would urge you to keep closer track of your own license and when it's up for renewal,
Yes,
so we don't see you again
see it, but
next
it just
time.
never came. Then all of a sudden it showed up, and I don't know if the Rock Shop got it or who got it, but somebody got it and brought it over. So.
And if you're expecting it and don't see it, you need to call our clerk's office and find out what's happening. They can give you
Gotcha.
information or reissue. So,
And I apologize for
Okay.
that inconvenience.
thank you.
Thank you.
So Diana, you'll just need to get us the fee if you want to leave that with the office.
I didn't pay it extra?
No.
Oh, okay,
no.
I'll stop by there.
That's what this was for, so.
Gotcha, I'll
yeah.
stop down there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Payne?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Move on to item number 5, appoint a new member of the Fremont County 4-H Fair Board to fill a vacant position with a term ending December 31st, 2021. I see we did get a letter from Laura Taylor. Looked like it's a pretty good letter.
We did, Mr. Chair. We also have, anybody that's interested, have a few more openings on the Fair Board, so if anybody's interested in taking part in that, we would accept letters of interest for, I think, three more positions. We did get a letter from Miss Laura Taylor, and she's engaged in 4-H already, and I think she would be a good addition to the Fair Board. And therefore, I move to appoint a new member to the Fremont County Fair Board, 4-H Fair Board, Miss Laura Taylor, with her 3-year term ending December 31st, 2021.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
I want to say for anyone who is interested in perhaps applying and doing this job, it's a year-round job. There's a lot of work to do, but it is incredibly fulfilling, and you get to work with all those 4-H kids and some other amazing, amazing adults in the 4-H program. So we'd love to hear from you.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Payne?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Move on to item number 6, ratification of chairman's signature on Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management with the Colorado Department of Public Safety grant agreement for the Hayden Pass Fire. Sonny, I believe you had this. Is that right?
Yeah, I think Commissioner McFall and I can both speak to this. I don't know if you want to start and I can add anything.
No, basically what it is the money that we were trying to secure for the Hayden Pass burn scar to help the folks up there with flood mitigation. It also reached out to the State Department of Homeland Security and was awarded $400,000 and some thousand. I don't have that number in front of me, but and this is basically just to ratify the signature on that of the state money that we're going to receive as a match to the federal money that we're receiving.
Okay.
Yeah, so the grant amount is $453,850. When we first went through the process with NRCS, we applied for about $1.8 million of funds. The split was going to be 75% NRCS, 25% local funds. So we secured the $453,000 to meet that 25% obligation, and that's what this grant agreement is for. And then the next item that we'll talk about is a change in the NRCS contract.
Okay. I know Commissioner McFall has worked tirelessly on this out there for the folks out there at Coaldale and the flood issues out there and our stormwater issues that we have up there. And I just want to commend him on the amount of time and effort he's put in on that. Okay.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve Chairman's signature on the Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management for the Colorado Department of Public Safety for the agreement for the Hayden Pass Fire.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. Get me off the hook here, so all roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Payne?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 7, ratification of chairman's signature on a corrected application for federal assistance. This is with the NRCS, well, also with the Hayden Pass Fire. So, explain this one too.
Yeah, so there again, we started out with just under $2 million from NRCS, Natural Resource Conservation Service. And as Sonny pointed out, it was a 75-25%. I can't remember what kicked it in, but now it's a 90-10%. So it's a 10% match and 90% federal money. And there's also more money added to that. So we're just right around $3 million for this project up there, which is great because that's I keep, yes.
Yeah. Working on that. I remember inside my car sometimes. I get out and I was working in there, and you get in the inside of the car and it looked like you smoked 3 packs of cigarettes. There was ashes everywhere. You couldn't hardly breathe. So thank you for
So this is, you bet. So this is, we hear lots of stormwater talks throughout the county, Canyon City. This is a huge project that's going to happen up there, and actually we're going to be underway within the next within this week, probably with surveying and stuff. There's another agreement on our agenda today, but this is a huge stormwater project that we're undertaking here within the county. So it happens all over the place, and just right now it happens. So this is a good thing.
Okay, thank you.
All right, with that, Mr. Chair, I move to ratify the chairman's signature. Yes, we'll get you out of a pickle once again on the corrected application for federal assistance with the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Services for the Hayden Pass Fire.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Payne?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And we move on to item number 8, ratification of chairman's signature on the professional services agreement with BOCC for Hayden Pass Flood Recovery Design Services. So, Sunny, you want to tackle this one?
Sure. So we actually went through the project or the process about a month and a half ago of requesting qualifications for engineers that would be interested in this project. We had 2 firms submit their qualifications and then submit proposals, and the commissioners had selected OTAC at that time. And so this is the ratification of the chairman's signature on the actual agreement with OTAC. So just a quick point, the last 3 items, the reason that we're ratifying the signature is that last week on Thursday, when everything kind of finally came together and we secured the final funding, we went ahead and moved forward with signing these documents and sending them so that the project could start this week. The engineer was wanting to start survey work this week, and so we hurried up and got those all signed and sent back up to not delay that timeline. Unfortunately, we're on a 220-day timeline with the NRCS funds, and that original agreement with NRCS was signed August 24th, so we are far into the 220 days already, so it was very critical for us to continue moving forward with this.
I think that's the most important part there is the 220-day timeline that the federal government puts on these projects, and it is a month into that project already, and we're just now starting surveying. So things are going to
2 months.
2 months. Yeah,
2 months.
Things are going to start happening quickly up there, but I still feel confident that we'll get this done in time.
Okay. And with that, I'll move to ratify the chairman's signature on the professional services agreement with OTAC for the Hayden Pass Flood Recovery Design Service.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Payne?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And then item number 9, approval of professional service agreement with Santec for the EPA Brownfield Grant Application and Implementation Assistance. I believe, Sunny, you have that one too?
Yeah, so this is a project that Commissioner Bell was instrumental in starting. So we actually were approached by a group that's looking at applying for the EPA grant to assess brownfields projects. So Commissioner Bell, we were on a very short timeline, and she kind of rallied us all together to get this moving forward. We submitted a request for proposals for a company to come in and help us with this type of project. And at that time, the bid was awarded to Stantec. And so we applied for the grant. We got the grant. It's a $600,000 project over 3 years, so it's split out $200,000 a year. And so Stantec will be the organization that is leading this. So they'll be coordinating with us, with the City of Canyon City and the City of Florence to come up with the list of projects and then start doing those assessments. So we have submitted proposed memorandums of agreements to both Florence and Canyon City. So as soon as we get this agreement and those signed, we will do a kickoff meeting and jump in.
All right, Mr. Chair, I would like to note that Fremont Economic Development Corporation are the ones who approached us with this idea. They had found out about the grant and how it was available and approached the county asking if they could help us with this project because it had to come from a governmental entity. It could not have gone simply through FEDC. So Diana Armstrong there at FEDC has also been very instrumental in getting the paperwork done. The application for this was a really crazy process, and as Sunny indicated, we didn't have much time to get it done. But with her help and her expertise, we were able to get it all there, and we were awarded that, and we're ready to move forward now with the project list. So I'm very excited about this. It could make a big difference for a lot of locations here in Fremont County. So with that, Mr. Chair, I move to approve the professional services agreement with Stantec for the EPA Brownfield Grant Application and Implementation Assistance.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? As I recall, it was a late Friday night that you guys were still working on this, like close to midnight or something.
It was, and interestingly, I was surprisingly working at home, and I had a problem with my printer, and I ended up having to come down here at almost midnight that night and print and sign and scan and get all the documentation together. But we got it done. That's the important
Good
part.
job,
So
man.
yes,
Good job.
we go to any lengths for this county.
All righty, roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Payne?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, and with no further business coming before this board, we are adjourned. All right, thank you.
Oh, I bet we could. Thanks, Donna. That represents a lot of work right there. Yes, it does for sure. And Donna, we always know that we can depend on you to show up if no one else will. It's that you are that reliable. That's what it is. You are that reliable. So, thank you.
Right. The guy from Near Mountain said, yeah, I know it's got to come before you guys. I emailed him back.